Hello and welcome back to the channel. We have more news around Ezra Miller today. Now, as you know, last week the movie Batgirl got canceled, and this was announced at the Warner Brothers Discovery earnings call. That same earnings call, David Zaslav announced that The Flash was going forward, but he may live to regret that comment right there, as we see this report: embattled actor Ezra Miller charged with felony burglary in Vermont. I don't know what is wrong with this guy. Battle actor Ezra Miller is in trouble again, this time for allegedly stealing booze from a home in Vermont. Like, this guy can't afford booze. He has a lot of money. That's how you know that something is not right with this guy. Miller, 29, was charged with felony burglary and is accused of stealing several bottles of alcohol from a house in Stamford earlier this year, according to a newly released police report. Flash star was charged after the homeowners, who weren't home at the time, reported the missing bottles on May 1st. So this is from the beginning of the summer. Police caught up to Miller later on August 7th, 3 months later, and issued Miller a citation to appear in Vermont Superior Court on September 26th to be arraigned on the charge. Now, I think this is interesting because Miller is currently trying to hide out from authorities who want to serve him with a restraining order. If he's got to go to court, then he's probably going to get the restraining order served against him there. If he doesn't show up to court, then he's probably going to get a bench warrant issued for him. So I got to ask, what's it going to take? And other people are starting to ask this as well. But here is some more information that we didn't have. And I didn't know about this until I started looking into this most recent report. The Flash pressing forward despite lead star Ezra Miller's scandal. Just last month, it was reported that Ezra Miller will no longer face legal trouble in Germany after prosecutors reportedly are dropping a trespassing investigation. The star had been accused of refusing to leave the Berlin home of a woman known only as Zara after she invited Ezra there one evening in February. And then the woman alleged that the star became verbally abusive and only left after she called police. Now, I'm not sure if this is the same story, but here is another story with some additional details on this particular point. Now, this is from Ezra Miller: alleged abuse victims speak out. I totally felt unsafe. So let's scroll down to this part here, which we haven't seen before. And this is Nadia, who was a person in Berlin. So I don't know if this is the same person as this Zara person. Are they going by two different names? Who knows? In any case, Variety also spoke with a former friend of Miller named Nadia, who claimed the Suicide Star called her transphobic and a Nazi after Nadia asked Miller not to smoke cigarettes in her home. Nadia said she invited Miller to her apartment in Berlin, Germany in February 22, so the timeline matches up. The pair had not seen each other since they reportedly had a consensual relationship in 2020. Nadia said Miller was super nice and super polite until Miller started rolling a cigarette and she asked Ezra Miller to take that shit outside. And apparently that just set Ezra Miller off. She claims, I asked them to leave about 20 times, maybe more. And Ezra Miller started insulting me. Calling me a transphobic piece of shit and a Nazi. It became so stressful for me, recalled Nadia, because I'm a descendant of Holocaust survivors. And Ezra Miller was going around my house, looking at everything, touching everything, spreading tobacco leaves on the floor. It felt disgusting and very intrusive. So now we can see that apparently this person asked Ezra Miller not to smoke in her apartment. And then Ezra Miller intentionally started being a dick about it and touching everything and going around through the apartment and trying to, piss her off basically, and then called her a transphobic piece of shit and a Nazi when she's a descendant of Holocaust survivors. This guy is a scumbag, in my opinion. And I don't know what the hell it's going to take before David Zaslav and Warner Brothers says this guy is a piece of shit and he shouldn't be in this movie. We need to get rid of him. Fans are on the same page. Fans call for Warner Brothers to pull Flash amid Ezra Miller felony charges. Fans of the upcoming Flash movie demand Warner Brothers Discovery pull the superhero flick a day after Ezra Miller was charged with felony burglary. I think people have had it with this guy's antics. They've had it with him hiding behind his alphabet soup labels. And what I think is funny is let's go and look at the quotes that we're seeing from people on Twitter. Twitter is starting to turn on this guy. Miller's felony charge sparked a firestorm on Twitter just days after Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav called out The Flash as a central part of the company's strategy for big superhero flicks. With all this grooming/sexual assault allegations and now this, and Warner Brothers hasn't pulled #The Flash yet, wrote one fan on Twitter. But there's more, and I love this one right here. This is absolutely spot on commentary. Quote, "The Flash movie must be fucking fire for all this shit to be constantly happening, and Warner Brothers are still like, nah, you gotta see this shit, bruh." That is really the perfect summary. I don't know what is gonna take. This, of course, article goes on to detail other stuff that Ezra Miller has been into, like the Rolling Stone report that he had a mother and 3 young children, and they were in his drug and gun-filled Vermont farmhouse. Now, I don't have problems with Ezra Miller having guns, but if he's leaving them around in an irresponsible manner such that little children can get to them, then that is obviously an issue. That is child endangerment, in my opinion. And of course, I don't mind if people want to use drugs, that's fine. That's their decision, right? You're going to ruin your own life. And indeed, that is what this guy is doing. He's totally ruining his life, and I'm pretty sure it's because of the drugs and because it's causing him a lot of mental instability. But that's just my opinion. What do you think? Should David Zaslav be getting rid of The Flash? Should they be doing something about this movie? Should they be replacing Ezra Miller in the movie? What do we need to do about this Flash movie? And what is going to happen before someone takes this guy's problems seriously? He needs help. He needs to be in some sort of professional help. Somebody needs to be doing something to make sure that this guy is not going to be a threat to other people instead of dropping charges against him. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you want to continue to smash the narrative, then you need to smash the like, subscribe, and share buttons. And I will see you in the next video. Have a great day. If you want to support the channel, head on over to buymeacoffee.com/Brett Smashy and show your support.